Hey everyone! Welcome back to my channel. Today we're tackling a common problem that can leave you stranded on the side of the road. Battery terminal end failure. Whether it's corrosion, loose connections, or broken terminals, this issue can prevent your car from starting. But don't worry, in this video, I'll show you how to diagnose the problem and, more importantly, how to fix it yourself. We'll cover everything from identifying the source of the failure to the tools you'll need and the steps involved in making a proper repair. So, if you're ready to get your hands dirty and save yourself some money, stick around. The battery terminal end is the part of the battery cable that connects to the battery post. It is typically made of lead or brass and has a clamp that secures it to the post. The terminal end is responsible for conducting electricity from the battery to the car's electrical system. When battery terminal ends fail, they can cause a variety of problems, including difficulty starting the car. This is because the failed terminal end is not making a good connection with the battery post, which prevents the battery from providing enough power to start the car. Reduction or loss of electrical power. This can cause a variety of problems, such as the headlights dimming or the radio not working. Corrosion on the battery. This can occur when the failed terminal end allows moisture to enter the battery, which can cause the battery to corrode and fail. If you are experiencing problems with your car's electrical system, it is important to check the battery terminal ends. If they are corroded or damaged, they will need to be replaced. Here are the steps on how to repair a battery cable end. Disconnect the negative battery terminal. This is important to do before you start working on the battery, as it will prevent you from getting shocked. Remove the failed terminal end. Use a wrench to loosen the bolt that secures the terminal end to the battery post. Once the bolt is loose, you can remove the terminal end. Clean the battery post. Use a wire brush to clean the battery post where the terminal end was connected. This will remove any corrosion that may be preventing the new terminal end from making a good connection. Install the new terminal end. Place the new terminal end on the battery post and tighten the bolt that secures it. Make sure that the terminal end is making a good connection with the battery post. Reconnect the negative battery terminal. Once the new terminal end is installed, you can reconnect the negative battery terminal. If you are not comfortable repairing the battery terminal ends yourself, you can take your car to a mechanic to have them repaired. Hey everyone, Auto24 Sheets here. Today we're tackling a common problem: battery terminal end failure. Now, a failing battery terminal end can cause all sorts of headaches, from a car that won't start to flickering lights. But before you call a tow truck, let's see if we can fix it ourselves. First things first, let's locate the battery. It's usually under the hood, but check your owner's manual if you're unsure. Once you've found it, you'll see two terminals, a positive and a negative. They'll be marked with a plus symbol, and minus symbol sign respectively. Safety first. Before we touch anything, we need to disconnect the battery. Use a wrench to loosen the nut on the negative terminal first, then remove the terminal from the battery post. Do the same for the positive terminal. Important: wear safety glasses and gloves when handling the battery. Now let's take a look at the terminals and the ends of the battery cables. If they're corroded, they'll be covered in a white powdery substance. This corrosion can prevent a good connection and cause starting problems. To clean the terminals, you can use a wire brush or sandpaper. Be careful not to damage the battery posts. Once they're clean, apply a thin coat of petroleum jelly to prevent future corrosion. While we're at it, let's inspect the battery cables for any damage. Look for cracks, fraying, or loose connections. If you find any damage, the cables will need to be replaced. If the problem is with the terminal ends themselves, they can be easily replaced. You can find replacement ends at most auto parts stores. Simply remove the old end by unscrewing it from the cable, then screw on the new end. Once you've replaced the terminal ends, it's time to reconnect the battery. Remember to connect the positive terminal first, then the negative. Tighten the nuts securely. Now try starting your car. If it starts right up, you've successfully fixed the problem. If not, there might be another issue at play. In that case, it's best to consult a mechanic. Remember, always disconnect the battery before working on any electrical components in your car. And if you're not comfortable doing this yourself, don't hesitate to seek professional help. Thanks for watching and happy fixing.